everyone, and welcome to our once weekly show. My name is Michelle Marie, and I am both an astrologer, Vedic and Western, as well as a tarot and oracle card reader. I am also well versed in Vedic remedies, mantras, yantras, etc. And I am so excited to have these two lovely ladies with me today, the amazing Tanis and Jen. Yay! And I'll let them introduce themselves because they're phenomenal.
Well, thank you so much. So I'm Tanis Coughlin with the Twillo Lifestyle Community, Twillo Lifestyle Academy, and I am a Reiki Master, Celtic Shamanic Art Priestess, Channel, Galactic Ambassador. I do stuff. Yeah, Crystal Master too. We tend to use that on here, so I should mention that. And yeah, Jen, what about you? What kind of stuff do you do?
What do? I am a registered psychotherapist, a certified Canadian counselor, an intuitive life coach. I do energy stuff, and and I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
It's always great to have you, Jen.
I know it's been a while. We missed you. Last time we saw you.
Yeah, Speaking of, I'm going to shut my door just in case puppies start to make noise.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So while Jen does that, I'll go ahead and cover some of the Vedic transits, and Tanis will cover some stuff coming our way, and then we'll tap in and say hi to everybody because we see you guys all coming in. It's so good to see you all. All right. So let me get this going. Woo! All right. So the first thing that we have coming up is tomorrow, just in time for Thanksgiving in America, if that's where you guys live. So we have Saturn's aspect. Let me find him. I just got these out. In Aquarius, and he's going to be aspecting the sun in Scorpio. So Saturn is going to be at 6 degrees and 38 in Aquarius, and the sun is going to be at 6 degrees and 38 in Scorpio. And what that does is it creates a really dynamic interplay between discipline and transformation. So we can expect a lot of self-reflection and personal growth during this time because Saturn's influence encourages us to responsibly address any obstacles or limitations that are in our way, particularly in the areas of emotional intensity and self-expression. So it's interesting that this is going on right now because Saturn is the servant, the sun is the king, and we're all getting together in the United States for Thanksgiving. And this is also on an Ekadashi moon. So we can expect a little bit of drama in this area. So practicing mindfulness, meditation for self-awareness, maintaining a disciplined and patient approach with those family members is going to help you. Okay. So just see this as and you have to go to events that are a little more difficult. See this as a way to work on your spiritual development. Okay. Then we've got Saturn re-entering Shatabisha Nakshatra. I'm excited for this because that means he's off of my moon. So that's going to be until April 6th of 2024. So Shatabishak is associated with healing. It's associated with spirituality, humanitarian pursuits. It's linked to the pursuit of higher knowledge. And to harmonize the energy of Saturn in Shatabishak, you can chant Saturn's mantra, which is Om Shanishwaraya Namaha. You can engage in acts of charity. You can get involved in selfless service. That's really big this time of year. That can help deepen your spiritual practice as well because the guides love it when we give. So just see this energy of Saturn and Shatabishak as a way to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and compassion and ultimately foster personal and collective well-being. So this is all about the collective energy. Saturn wants us to start taking responsibility in these areas. Then we have the aspect of Mars in Scorpio. Let's see where Scorpio and Saturn in Aquarius. I put that somewhere. Okay. So anyways, what that means, there he is. Here's my Scorpio card. And there's my Aquarius card. Okay, now that we have them all together. So basically Scorpio, okay, so Mars is going to be in Scorpio at 6 degrees and 43, and Saturn is going to be in Aquarius in 6 degrees and 43. And this creates a really assertive energy with a disciplined influence of Saturn. And this is on the 25th. So this is right after Black Friday. And it's going to require us to all just kind of take a step back and look at the next year with like more of the lens of strategic planning. Okay. If you don't manage the next year judiciously, there can be some potential conflicts. So mantras, practicing mindfulness for temperance, engaging in physical activities to channel any excess energy positively during this time can help. Coming with a balanced approach to your endeavors, maintaining focus and patience can help. And we actually have the same aspect with Rahu in Pisces and Mercury in Scorpio. And that's on the 25th as well. And what that can do is that it can cause some issues with our communications. So Mercury is a very mental planet, and Rahu is an extremely he can create illusions, and he pumps up whoever he's around. So there can be some confusion in our communications that day as well. So the 25th is a day to just kind of, in my opinion, lay low a little bit, watch what you say, maybe do some spiritual remedies. I will cover the rest when Jupiter goes into Ashwini next week, and then we have Mercury's passage to the Scorpio Sagittarian Gandanta. I can find my words today. That is coming up on the 26th, and there's a bunch of other stuff as well. But overall, Thanksgiving, watch those communications. If someone ruffles your feathers, just see that as an opportunity to work on your ego and set some boundaries. Okay. I'm sending you all tons of love, and I know that Tanis and Jen have more for you.
Hi, guys. So we've had a little bit of a lighter couple of days with the Schumann resonance, not quite as many spikes as we've been seeing. We did have some space weather. On the 20th, we had a storm, an M class, which is the higher. There's three, there's C, M, and X. And we had like a higher one. So a little bit more unrest in terms of the solar storm arena. The Schumann has been, what I would call it is steadily high as opposed to spiking, because it's had some measures in between, in like around 9 to 13 is what it is today. It was similar yesterday. So 9 to 13 is above normal because 7.8 is our baseline, but still not a huge spike like we've seen in recent months. So what our guides are saying, recognize signs from above. Angels are sending us messages, but we're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. So reminding us to watch out for those synchronicities, watch out for those signs from the angels. There may be new relationships in the works. So it's a time of transition. This often means new relationships. Receiving from the angels, so know that our angelic guides are there to help us. They are around and they are helping us. We need to let go. Let go and let God, or let go and let spirit, right? Allow things to just happen. It's not a time to start trying to force things right now, because forcing them is just going to make them more resistant, basically. So everybody's kind of like at that frustrated level. There's like this level of frustration right now. And if we go to try and force things to happen, it's going to backfire. So we need to just let go and allow, okay? Listen with your heart, because that's where we have the truth. Starting fresh, so this just is indicative of those transitions that we were just talking about, whether it's in relationships, whether it's new projects, whether it's moving, starting fresh, dwelling in your truth. So we are going to hopefully get some more clarity as the month continues into December. Maybe not this coming little bit, but as we go forward, the clouds will be clearing. So dwell in your truth and take action. It says you're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust in your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Okay, so lovingly assert yourself means asserting yourself with love and compassion, right? For others. So assert yourself is not bulldoze over other people. Assert yourself is, and I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Assert yourself just means having your boundaries and standing with them and allowing others to know what they are. When you express it in, I understand your point of view. Anyway, I don't need to go into detail. You know what I mean, with love and compassion. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you to release your anger and unforgiveness from your heart. So we all need to take a look at that. There's a lot of that. We're healing a lot of past wounds, and we need to take care of our kids right now. I am the angel of abundance, so you'll receive the money that you need. God's in charge of how that will happen. I also got the prosperity card. So the next couple of weeks will be times to watch your money, not obsess over it, but watch it and be grateful for what's coming in, because that's how we create more. Your current challenges will soon be resolved. You'll be able to look at the future with a smile. So there's a lot of shifting going on. And I know that there's a lot of, I want to say unrest in the collective at the moment. But, you know, our prayers are being answered, right? A lot of the Schumann and everything is all raising the vibration for us so that we can get through this faster. It's a little harder on the body. So you may be noticing that you're fatigued more. You know, a lot of people are having colds and stuff, myself included, which you can probably hear. Sorry, guys. But a lot of that is because our bodies are processing all this energy that's coming in. Okay. So you're encouraged to just open up to your spiritual gifts, which includes doing meditation, doing those spiritual practices like Michelle was talking about, making sure that you're tapping into what's inside, because this is confirming all those downloads. So this is step into the spotlight, that you have a message the world needs to hear. But for me, this is also about all the downloads that are coming in. So this one comes up almost every week right now. So we have tons of downloads coming in. Just bathe in the light and breathe and sleep. It's a semi-hibernation kind of week. That's my read for the week. Drink the tea.
It's so funny. I laugh as you guys are reading, because you know you're saying stuff to us and you're like, I don't know why I'm saying it this way, and then I'm like, yeah, it's exactly the transit that we're in right now.
Okay. Cool. That's good. I'm being very harsh. What? It's not like me to be that way. But they were being quite harsh. They're like, you need to tell them this. I'm like, all right, fine. Yeah. We'll go there.
We just entered into the 34, and the 34 is, you know, it's the power of the great, and it's really about moving from, in the gene keys, we look at force to strength to majesty, right? And Richard explains this as like the bane of trying. It's this urge that we have, this like primal urge to force things to happen, right? And that's the shadow aspect, is this, you know, this urge, so much so. And it's so funny because of the way that you're explaining it and everything, because it's so deep when it gets into that low frequency vibration of it, that it's destructive, right? And it's this survival energy that causes us to move even below the place of selfishness to a place of not even recognizing the impact that it is on others at all. Like there is this just lack of awareness in general that comes from being so caught up in having to make something happen a certain way, right? And so that's that forceful energy that we can get caught up in. And so being really, really mindful of that, because on the counter side of that, the gift of this is strength energy. And that energy, you know, there's this fine kind of line, right, between the shadow and the gift here, because, you know, we still have access to this power, to this strength, but it's different when we do it in harmony, right? It becomes a creative manifestation because we're in alignment, right? It's no longer about trying or forcing something to be a certain way. It's about really finding that flow and then using that strength to help perpetuate that flow, right? And that's a very different energy that we're able to bring forward if we're able to do it, because the energy in this is really energy to empower. And it's amazing because in the body graph for human design, the gate 34, it's a sacral energy. So it is very much a powerful energy to move us to do things. But it connects to 3 different gates. And so the gate 10 in the G center is about conviction, and the gate 20 is in the throat. So it's really this kind of charismatic energy that it brings with it that can move us forward and can help us to communicate, as long as we're not forcing. Right. And again, in the spleen, when we're talking about that survival piece, it connects to the 57, and there is power in that connection. But the biggest piece in all of this is really making sure that we find balance, and that we connect to the natural harmony and the natural flow and natural timing of things, and that we're able to take that step back and not try to force it, right? Not try to push forward, and not try to make it exactly what we want it to be, but to be able to recognize that I have all of the power I need if I can step into flow, right? And find it and be okay with what is coming and what that timing is. Then I've got all of the power to make things move. So we're in that energy until we transit again on the 28th, 29th. So we've got some time to really feel into that energy for now.
So a whole week, guys.
Wow.
Mhm.
Ooh, that's going to be intense. Oh,
Lots
yeah,
of tea and rest
yes, definitely.
and meditation.
Mm-hmm. Yes, those are all very important things. Oh, and then there's a Venus Ketu conjunction on the 27th. So if your ascendant is in Libra or Taurus like mine, watch your health. So take those extra steps. I'm hoping I don't follow you, Janice. I'm like, I'm doing so much zinc and vitamin C. I'm like, I don't want to get sick.
I thought I had done that.
Oh, geez. I know when the planets when they take over and want us to pay stuff, it's like, okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, I think
my
they just wanted me to slow down. So they're like, okay,
Mhm.
you're not going to slow down? We're going to get you to slow down a little bit.
Yes.
So
Yes, for everyone watching, that's very hard for Tanis to do.
It
So
is.
we have to remind her to
try.
take breaks. Yes.
I do try. I try to build in nap time during the day, but I do
Okay.
work long hours.
You do. You do. So let's say hi to some people in the audience. Hi, Samantha. Good to see you.
Hey.
And Lalima is here. We got your tip, Lalima. You're first in line. Okay, so thank you so much, Lalima. And Patty D is here. Good to see you, Patty D. Cowbell.
Cowbell.
Oh, we love him. Thank you for your question, Samantha. I put it in the queue. Good to see you too, beautiful soul. Thank you, Shem.
Thank you.
Debbie is here. Good to see you, Debbie. Saying hi to everyone. Oh, Shem, I got your question in the queue. Kylie's here from Australia.
Hey.
Awesome. So good to see you.
Awesome.
I actually did a astro mapping for someone, and they were like, I'm really drawn to Perth. And Jupiter line went right through Perth. I went, your guys are, amazing. So it was really cool to see that connection with the client this week. It was like, what?
So we might be sending somebody your way.
Oh, okay. This
Kylie.
is Lucky Hair.
To Kylie.
Lucky Heroine.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, it was Kylie from Australia. Oh, no, yeah. There she is.
Yeah.
And there's Liz.
Hey, Liz.
Liz in awe. She's in awe. That's a great way to be. Samantha's here. Good to see you. Oh, I love your last name. And let's see. Oh, what a pleasure. Yes. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you on, Leah.
Hey.
Susan. Yay.
Hey,
Thanks for joining us, Susan. And we got your question, Leah. Peace, love, and liberty. A great name. Good to see you. Leah's sending everyone the hearts and loves and emojis. And Hypnicities from my area. Good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving week to everyone celebrating this week. Very cool. And yes, we feel it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You're not alone. And Samantha, oh, okay. Yeah, it depends on your chart, but it's going to be an interesting year for sure. We've got a lot of events going on. And then,
Very
yes,
transformative, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And Tanis looks fabulous in yellow. That's Jupiter's color. Oh yes, we love Tanis. Thank you for sharing, Kylie. You are awesome.
Thank you.
And Tanis says thank you, Leah. And Susan, I got your question. Oh my gosh, Hypnicities. Just thank you so much. That's so generous of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's see. And then, oh, Rachel's at Real Good Class. Good to see you, Rachel. And okay, and then happy Thanksgiving to you too, honey.
Mm-hmm. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, lives in Brisbane. Very cool. Yeah. I just thought it was so interesting because it was like I've never I've heard of Perth before, but it wasn't even something on my mind. And I just went, that is such a strange place for the Jupiter line to land. And this person was born on the other side of the world. So it was just so cool. I love it when stuff like this happens. I know, it's like astrology in your face. It's just cool.
Look how excited she gets, folks, about astrology. I love it.
Well, I'm going through it right now. You guys know I lost my job, my house, everything. And I'm like, Shani, whoa. Like I'm actually seeing all the connections in my chart. It's fascinating. And we planned for it because we saw it coming. So it's just so cool. That's
the great part.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I've never been there, Kylie. Oh, thank you for that, Hypnicity. You're so sweet. And, yeah, you're amazing, Kylie. I want to visit Perth. They say it's beautiful. Yeah, it's definitely an area I want to go to. So I'm starring your questions. It's going to be a fun show. I just have a feeling. And I went ahead and did Lalima first because she tipped, and then let's see what we have next. Lalima, and then we have Susan, and then we have Rachel Rose Farber, and then we have Hypnicity. So that's the order. And then we're going to do a lightning round if we have time. Okay, so let me get back to your comments, and I will find. Oh, Kelly's here from Missouri. Very cool. Hey. Good to see you, Kelly. Awesome. Happy Thanksgiving. I love your jack-o'-lantern scarecrow. That's really cute. Okay, so Miss, let's see if she put it in. Our first question. I'm not seeing it, but I did pull cards. So Lalima, are you here? I wish I had a phone like Gerald. So I'll just put your heart up.
She is here, but
I'm going to give you a general, Lalima. And if you want Tanis and Jen to be more specific, go ahead and put your question in the chat. Okay.
My goodness.
So I asked my karma cards what this was about because I didn't get a specific question. And I got that you have a communications and intellect question regarding your spirituality, which is your 12th house. The 12th house is spirituality. It's hidden things, stuff we can't see. That's why it also rules prisons and things like that. So your question, I'm guessing, is going to be spiritual because that's what the 12th house is all about. Okay. There it is. Any messages for me upcoming with your guides? Okay, great, General. You got it. Well, 2 guides came out for you because they wanted to come forward. So I'm glad you asked that question. This is the main energy I see coming for you. You're in between a point of energetic movement because you really, really, really want to move and you want to see some things fly for you. Let me go ahead and put my thing on so you can see my cards. All right. So you've got a lot of energetic movement in this area of spirituality, communication, your life, etc. And you're struggling to make a decision. Okay, that's the main thing that I'm getting is you need to consider all of your options before making an informed choice, is what your guides are saying. What exactly do you want in a situation? Okay, they're saying literally write this down and meditate on this. Okay, what exactly do you want from the situation? Create a few spaces. Are you satisfied with the way that things are moving in your life? Create a few spaces and fill that out when you're in a very calm and serene state of mind, because your guides and spirit, they're guiding you to know what your desires are within your sights, and the odds are currently in your favor. So the decision before you is either sticking with what you know or breaking out and trying something new. Okay, this is a time for veering onto an adventure. And this is a decision that deviates from a typical trend or habit. They're showing me that there are people in your life that have tried to navigate the decisions that you've made moving forward. And this needs to be your decision moving forward. That's why you need to be alone and in a calm and serene place, because spirit will gift you with a greater understanding of who you are and what you can create. Zero in on the goal is what they're saying. Take the step to make the selection. You've worked really hard and evolved throughout your life. Lessons, so just get ready for change. Okay, well, we said that this was going to be a transformative week. They say you can motivate yourself by taking out time to rejuvenate and treat yourself to simple things that bring you joy. You can also discover activities that take you away from your daily routine because they're helping you break this pattern that you've been stuck in. When you introduce these little changes into your day-to-day schedule, they're going to create new thoughts and help them kind of pierce through this stuck energy that I'm seeing, because they're challenging you to be more decisive on your own without all of these other outside entities coming in and trying to influence you. Once you start being more strong-minded, you're going to create an opportunity to reflect on your longer term goals and desires and what you came here to do, Lalima. So you'll be in a better position to plan and achieve those goals. And you'll benefit from a newfound sense of confidence after you go through this, but it's going to be a major change. Okay. They're even saying you might consider travel to an exotic place to further your education, enacting a major career change, because that's going to expand your learning and development and grow your horizons beyond your immediate environment. And with careful planning and a moderated approach, you can set yourself up for success now and moving into the future. Okay, here is who this is who you need to kind of step into to walk this new path. I got the Goddess of Truth from the Art of Affirmations. See the ship there? She's on a journey. So I am open to new ideas, new techniques, and new people. Use this gift when you notice you're resistant to allowing the possibility that new ways of doing things and other people might have something to contribute to your life and attaining your goal. No one knows it all. It is not a weakness, but your greatest strength to know your limits and get out of your own way. Okay, so that's one thing that I'm seeing there. So then I asked my creativity oracle, like what you could do to move forward in this new area. The first thing I got was there's going to be some obstacles along the way. Do not dwell on how you are going to surmount the obstacles presently in your way. Okay, so that's the stuck energy I'm feeling. And then I literally pulled the stuck card. Okay, he's on his donkey and he's stuck. All right. You may be stuck because you're overly attached to a method or piece. That's why your guides came forward and were like, we got to break some stuff up because you're going through a period of transformation and you're breaking a major pattern. Okay, let's see. Spirituality is where I'm headed with it. I was just thinking about decision in both love and career. Okay. Know that you're capable. That's the one thing they really want you to understand and know. You're highly capable. You see this woman here? That's you. You can deal successfully with whatever challenges and circumstances arise. So don't let that insecurity creep in, because that lets other people come in and make the decision for you. And this needs to be your decision. Okay. These are the guides that are here to help you. Oh, it's one of my favorite ones. I'm so excited. I got Lord Shiva, and I can give you a mantra for him if you're interested. And he is all about transcendence. And he takes those things that are stuck in us, we call them tamasic, kind of ooey-gicky stuff, and he shines bright light on it, and he just transmutes it into knowledge and wisdom and all these beautiful things. But rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Okay, so he can help you. And I can give you a mantra for him. The second one, oh, this is a good one. I got Isis. She's a beautiful mother Egyptian goddess, and she's going to help you magically manifest. Once you go through this period of transcendence and you get past that stuck energy that Shiva helps you with, she can help you with the magic making. So your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming a reality. Stay focused. So he can help you out and she can help you forward. Okay. I hope that was helpful. I'm sending you, oh, you love Lord Shiva. Awesome. So I'm sure you already know the mantras, but it's Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And you can just sing that in your head whenever you're just trying to work through a pattern or you feel a little stuck. And he's always there. He's amazing. Okay. So I appreciate you for your energy today, and we hope you're doing well. And just come back and let us know how you're doing. Take care, Lalima.
Hi, Lalima. So I was this little lady here was yelling at me, and so I had to bring her over. Lakshmi.
Love her.
So work with Goddess Lakshmi, please. Okay. She was like wanting to be brought over to bring to your attention. Deeper insights are at hand. Your overall plan is good, but details need work. Reflect before moving forward. Okay. Dwelling in the truth. So this is your truth. What is your truth? That's the biggest thing. I keep there, like her truth is what I keep hearing. Okay. What is your truth in the situation? Not what everybody else wants you to know as the truth, but what is yours? Because you have a fresh start coming. And the only way to decide what to do or fresh start is to dwell in your own truth. Okay. And ignite your courage. So even if there are those little walls to jump over or barriers, you're going to be able to jump over them with ease because you are courageous. Okay. Don't settle for less. You're a child of the divine. You deserve to have your dreams come true. So don't give up. See, here we've got those butterflies again. Lots of transformation. And for career, you're ready for more. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make the changes you've been contemplating. So that's the change in career. And then receiving, again, entertainment purposes only, okay? Has to come from you. Receiving from angels. So listen to your angels and listen to your heart, okay? Both of your guides and your angels and your heart are all trying to get through to you right now. So get your power back. You've forgotten who you are. You are a child of the divine, so take that power back, okay? And be crystal clear about what you want. Then open your heart. No one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and others and let love heal the situation. So I guess we're moving on to your love life here. Open to love. Pardon me. See that it's also about flames of passion. My heart is open to love. Don't give up on love. What's the next one? A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. This feels like a family relationship to me, as opposed to a romantic. So there's a friendship or a family relationship. It doesn't feel romantic to me. So there's some relationship you can heal that, okay? Be a light to others. You have a powerful message to share. Shine the light on the world so others can learn from you. So I'm not sure if one of the jobs you're thinking about is a teaching job or has a teaching component, but that's coming through for you, okay? Manifesting your dreams. It's a good time to manifest your dreams because you'll be exceeding your own expectations. You see all that growth on either side there, all the plant growth there? That's all about you growing spiritually, okay? And don't forget to play, please, in all of this, because that's a lot going on. Please remember to play, okay? Hope that's helpful.
Hi, Lilima. So, yeah, I think that's a lot of what I have is going to kind of reinforce what you've already been told. But the first card I got for you was the card of treading. Now, this is the gate 10. This is about the love of self. So my first question for you is, where do you find your peace and where do you find your place? What's going on for you that is going to help you feel empowered, right? And where do you maybe fear inadequacy, or where do you feel like maybe you're wondering who I am or how do I fit in? This is the card that's going to say, this is coming up because it's talking about that first line. It's about really kind of diving into and learning more about what it is that's going to bring you to that place of really feeling empowered and really feeling into who you are and who you want to be and being able to really embrace that. And whether that is in your career, in your love life, or just in general, this is huge and this is foundational because you have to love you and where you are and who you are and what you're doing as you do it. Okay, and that brings us to the next one. I got the gate 8. This is holding together. This card is about the shadow aspect of this is mediocrity. This is about moving from that into style and exquisiteness. Again, what I keep getting is this kind of idea of embracing you, who you want to be, not who other people want you to be, not what, is being, dictated for you or anything else, but truly about tapping into your own self-expression and how that's going to come out. Now, this is a throat gate, right? So it really is about expression and not just in voicing it, but in doing, right? So really making sure that what it is you're doing is in line with how you want to express who you are, right? So it's about stepping out of that comfort zone and really being able to, find connection to you and your own uniqueness. And in doing so, you hold space to inspire others to also do that, right? And this is in the line 2, which is a service line, which is a beautiful thing. So whatever it is you need to be moving into, know that as you do that and you hold space for this for yourself, you are holding space for others to be able to do the same. Right. And then I got the 63. This is about after completion. This is the doubt. This is the fear. This is the part of you that maybe is wondering, can I do this? Right? Or maybe this is a part of you that's wondering about somebody else in your life, and there's some suspicion there, or there's doubt about what's going on, and there's a lack of trust somewhere is what's coming up for me with this card. And so take a moment to kind of step back and recognize the pressure that maybe you're putting on yourself, or that maybe somebody's putting on you to try to understand things, and see if maybe you can feel into them instead. The mind is going to try to figure things out, and the mind can't do it all. But if we allow ourselves to truly feel into it, we can. And it's a line 3, so it's an experiment card. It's really about feeling it and going with it and allowing yourself to experience and see how it feels. Okay? And from there, you're going to be able to find the truth of what it is you need to be doing. Then I got the 58. Now, this is opposition, but this is also the fighter card. Now, this is a really cool card because it's about struggle, but it's also about perseverance and honor. And this card is really neat because it helps to remind us that we can't fight for the sake of fighting. We really have to have a purpose behind it, right? So knowing your why is really important as you move forward. So whatever it is that you're choosing to do, whatever changes might be coming, the bigger piece in all of this is really recognizing, why do you need to make the decisions that you need to make? If there is something that needs to be changed, if there's something that you need to stand against, if there's something that you need to bring in that warrior energy for, your why is going to be important. And the biggest piece in all of it is the quote that reminiscent of this is that idea of like, uh, greater love hath no man. There's this idea of, the highest sense of power, the highest strength that we have comes in the form of love. So again, kind of bringing us all the way back to that first card of self-love. How can you love yourself in whatever decision you're going to make? And what do you need to stand up for in order to truly love yourself and honor yourself? And those are the things that you have to be really mindful of as you're moving forward. Okay, then I've got the before completion card. This is the gate 64. And there's some confusion that comes with this card, right? It's confusion into imagination and illumination. This card is beautiful because it helps us to get out of the mind again, right? We can try to figure everything out, but in trying to figure it out with the mind, we don't have the ability to be open. And to bring in the gift of imagination that goes with this card, we have to stop trying to have the answers or figure it out. There's a curiosity that has to come with it, where we kind of go, okay, I wonder, right? And in that space of I wonder, we can be open to the possibilities. And now we're going to be able to see what might be out there for us that we wouldn't have been able to see before. And it's beautiful because this is the line 5 card. This is a projected line, but this is also a very practical line. So it's such a beautiful thing that you have the ability, that you're being told to kind of bring in your imagination, but in such a practical way of applying it in your life. And it's also the line of promise, which means that if you do this, there is going to be an outcome for you that is going to lead you to that illumination, to the goal of what it is you're looking for. And then the final card in the series that I got for you was family. This is the gate 37. This is about family, but it's also about friendship. It's about knowing who is in our community and who is not. But it's also this idea of tenderness, right? Bringing in our role and what we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to be. And so when we talk about, what's next, or where am I going, or how do I want to move forward, a big piece of looking at this is, what do I want to create in a way of helping everybody to understand the bigger picture, if that makes sense. It's really about being able to put ourselves in a position where we understand where others are at, and then being able to bring that together in a way that we can create community, and coherence. So it's interesting in looking at some of the other cards that had come up and how they kind of align in where these cards are. And so then I just wanted to draw a couple cute little cards to say, okay, what, do you need in this? And I got two. I got refuel. Okay, I'm worthy and deserving of reward. And I got be studious. So there's some learning to do in all of this, and welcoming new ideas. So notice where maybe, in some of the cards that we already read, and what both Tanis and Michelle had read for you, maybe notice where you've been kind of set in, this is what I want, and see where can I open and look for what is possible, right? And if you do, the cosmic ocean is open to you, right? The ability to really bring those dreams into reality and have some new beginnings. Hope that was helpful.
Beautiful, Jen. And Lalima says, lovely cards, very, very meaningful to me. That is awesome. And then I just pulled a couple of extras because you were asking about love and career. They don't want you focusing on love right now. They want you focusing on career, because I got the South Node in Libra, and that's ruled by Venus. That area is a little out of balance right now. They'll help you with that later, but they really want you to focus on your career, because they literally told me that your relationships have been an issue with your career. Like, you've let your relationships take precedence over it, and they want you to focus on the other thing. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for joining us, and we're sending you tons of love. And I just want to say hi to some people who joined us. Joyful Journey just joined us. Welcome, welcome. Mousy, welcome, Mousy. And Plucky Heroine, thank you for confirming that who you were. That's awesome. And for joining us. Debbie's here. Oh, Laura, she's saying hi to Laura. Okay, got it. No, Laura's here. Okay. Good to see you, Laura. Ivo, welcome, Ivo. Good to see you too. And Karen Pulver is here. Welcome, Karen Pulver. I went ahead. I did get your tip, and you are in line. And yeah, let's see. Anyone else I'm missing? Kelly, I think we got you. So thank you so much for joining us, guys. And oh, Susan, you're so sweet. And you're next. Thank you so much. Fine women. I'm going to take copious notes offline while I listen. Okay, well, you are next. So perfect timing, Susan. Let me go ahead and get you in. And just to let everybody know, Susan is next, and then Rachel Rose, and then Hypnicity, and then Plucky Heroine, and then Karen Pulver. Okay, so just so that you know who's in line first. All right, I will find your questions, Susan. Ooh, it's a long one. We are planning on driving to see my mom on Friday, and then staying in a hotel in a nearby town to attend 2 days of big singing. Fun. There's a lot more travel that I have felt up for in a long time, and I'm concerned about the physical aspects of being away from home and getting around. The singing will be an amazing boost. Yes, the travel seems daunting. What will help make the trip a success? Okay, well, this makes a lot of sense given my cards that I got, so I'm kind of excited to give you this reading. I went to and I used the Pulver method from the Creativity Oracle, because trips involve a lot of divine creativity on our part. And I got collaboration, procrastination, and insight to help you on your journey. Collaboration. I love the image in this card, Susan, because it's you and Daniel. And look, he's holding her arm, and they're on a beautiful walk in nature. So ask for help. Ask him to literally hold your arm as you're out walking around. If you get tired, take little breaks and pinches and things like that, and just go with the flow and enjoy the scenery. See the butterfly here? That's just transformation. Okay. He's also playing a beautiful flute. It's a native couple, and they're singing and playing the flute in nature. So ask for help from your singing group and from Daniel in particular, because he can help you to get around a little bit. Okay. Don't procrastinate. Okay. You see how she's looking behind her too? When it says stop focusing on your problems and excuses, take a small step and do something constructive. And when I picked up the card and I looked at the woman in the card, I said, okay, what is she doing? She's looking behind her. She's a little distracted. Don't focus on the past. Just keep moving forward. Don't let that get in the way of your moving forward, especially with this trip. Okay. All right. And then collaboration. Oh, wait, I already did that one. Insight. This is my Ramsey card. Okay. See beyond appearances, masks, cliches, and cultural stereotypes to gain insight. So there might be some people that need a little bit of growth on the trip as well. Okay. Just think outside of the box and have a little fun with it, because there's going to be some interesting insights along the way for everyone involved in the trip. This is what they're encouraging you to do. Energetic movement. You have the energy to do this, especially if you collaborate with others on the trip. Okay. And it might feel like it's going a little too fast for you. So if you feel like that you're kind of being left behind, or things are going too fast and it's like a little too overwhelming for you, this is your way out. Be candid. It's essential to express your truth, even at the risk of standing out. Express your thoughts. And oh, this just came to me. You see, in the past, let's see if I can find that card again. There it is. Okay. In the past, you've tried to maintain peace and quiet by swallowing your words and not asking for help. Have faith that open and honest communication will bring a resolution to any situation that comes up on the trip. Okay. If you're not sure where you stand, ask. Okay. Since this card is all about communication, it may indicate that your words have created a moment of clarity. So just be willing to communicate your concerns very clearly throughout the trip, and let your emotions flow without trying to block them while making decisions and solutions. Okay. Spirit's also asking you to be very wary of coming across as rough or uncaring if you're really, really tired when you communicate your concerns or ideas. So don't keep it in. Let it out before it becomes too much of a problem. Because pain, when we react in pain, we can become impatient, or we hurt, So convey your thoughts in an understandable, brief, and just well thought out manner. And that's going to diminish the chance of miscommunications, misunderstandings. And yeah, they're saying you're a good communicator, and just speak honestly from your heart. And they're saying you're a good listener too. So ask for what you need from others. That's I think the pinch in this. You can express yourself individually and creatively. So basically you can create emotional balance and stability along the trip if you are candid with the group. Okay. This is the activity that I got. It's really going to help out. I got play. Make sure to take out time and play. See the kite there? The purpose of life is to be happy. If you don't agree, then you really need more playtime. Children live and learn by playing, and the child within us still lives and needs to play every day, or else we will feel deprived and act out inappropriately. I got that this issue of not being able to be candid with others stems from childhood. This is the transformation that I saw the butterfly in the card with. Express yourself. Let people know when you're in pain. Let people know when you need a break. And then, play when necessary. Okay? So this is a healing card. So this is inner child work that you're doing regarding your needs and expressing them candidly. Okay. I hope that was helpful. I know you've got this trip, Susan, and I'm sending you tons of love. I know Tanis and Jen have more for you.
Hi, Susan. So yes, so I do have more. I got it's almost over. Some of your current challenges are almost over. Your current challenges will soon be resolved. You'll be able to look at the future with a smile. It's interesting that you said you were going to your mom's on Friday. So I got the parent card. The divine truth is that your parents eternally love you to the best of their ability. The angels are helping you to heal from any pain associated with your mother or father. And don't give up on love. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. So, be open to healing conversations with family this week, okay? Because I think that it's a good time for those kind of conversations, and not keeping it inside, like what Michelle was saying, is going to help you to express your feelings with love, okay? So you are a powerful light worker. So allow that light to shine. It is safe for you to be powerful. Your spiritual power brings great blessings and loving service to the divine. So know that you can bring those beautiful blessings to all of those people around you, okay? You are profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as your physical sight. For your spiritual vision helps with your healing, teaching, and guidance. So this is going to help your trip, Okay. So step into that. Allow yourself to ask for what you need. What is it like? Ask your guides, what do I need right now? And follow through on that. Okay. Trust the guidance you're receiving. Archangel Uriel has blessed you with a brilliant epiphany. Michael's also present to clear away your worries so you can trust your divine guidance. So there's really a lot about you tapping into that because you are emotionally sensitive right now. So honor and respect your deep sensitivity as it is a gift to all. It may not feel like it sometimes. Sometimes when we're so sensitive emotionally, it can not feel like a gift. But it really is, because if we didn't feel our emotions, we wouldn't learn. They are guideposts for us, as Jen and I always talk about on Twillo Talk, right? It's a guidepost. It just tells us where we're at. Law of attraction, relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are changing as you become more sensitive and aware of energies. So be aware that there may be some relationships around you that are going to change a little bit. And you may have to speak up for your boundaries in those relationships. You have asked the angels for help. Okay. Your angels want to help you with the situation. However, they require your permission before they intervene in free will choices. And then your prayers are being answered. Your prayers are being received by the divine. Answers will come soon, although perhaps not in the forms you expect. So please remember to ask your guides for assistance, okay? Because they can't intervene unless we ask for help because of free will, all right? And then I got singing and dancing, okay? Books. So I'm seeing you finding like a quiet nook to get away and just read. Just even if it's a few minutes, it's going to help you with that sensitivity to be by yourself and just read and just have that sort of self time. Because I think the overstimulation thing is part of that. Okay. You will manifest what you need. Express gratitude as if your plans have already come to pass. Trust your angels are bringing you the assistance you need. Okay. And visualize success. Picture it going well, right? See yourself doing well in this situation and have the faith in a positive outcome. Now, I have 3 crystals that came out for you as well to take with you if you're going to work with those. So citrine is one. Okay. Very joyous. Also great one for luck and abundance and self-esteem, which is, you'll need that for the parent healing. Amethyst. Okay. You probably want smaller ones, and these pocket ones are fine. Amethyst, that'll help with healing, calming, soothing. I also got black kyanite. Now this little guy works like a little comb. You can comb out any of the little things that get stuck in your field. I've actually taken away headaches with this little guy. So powerful little thing. I use it like a fine-tooth comb at the end of my sessions with people in person. I just run it through their energy field and it takes away any of the tiny little bits that might be sticking around. All right. So black kyanite is the other one. So citrine, amethyst, and black kyanite for crystals for you. I hope that's helpful, Susan. Good luck and have fun.
Questions, Hannes? What is ametrine? Because they just told me ametrine.
Yeah, because ametrine is citrine and amethyst together.
There you go. Okay. That's awesome.
They're both quartz, so sometimes you'll find them in the same crystal. So
perfect.
Yeah, it's a nice blend.
Awesome stuff. Awesome. All right. Well, let's see. Where do we start? So I got the 10 again. And it's interesting because I got it and different things were coming up for me as I, was looking at this. And again, it is this love of self piece. But what was coming up in this was kind of this energy around feeling, I don't know, what comes is this like, how do I even put this? Okay, guys, give it to me. Yeah. Okay. It's divine laziness. And I know that sounds silly, but it's this idea of like, just be. Allow yourself to just be. And in that space, when it's time to move, you'll move. And when it's time to rest, you rest. And that's how you're going to know what it is you need to do. But as long as you're in a place where you are trying to go, okay, how am I going to navigate this? How am I going to do it? How am I going to make it work? How am I going to figure it out? you're not listening to yourself. You're not listening to what you need, and you're not going to be able to hear what your body needs. You're not going to be able to hear when to take that time to rest and when you're going to be overstimulated, or when you're going to feel like you're being too drained. And it goes with the self-love card that came out for you, right? I love myself, right? So we want to be able to listen to ourselves, and that's a big part of loving ourselves, right? And so being able to be in that place where we don't do for the sake of doing, we be. And then as we be, we know when to do and when not to do. Okay. And a lot of all of this about communication was coming out for me too, for the next two cards, actually. So the next card I got actually was the 59. Now, this is dispersion and sexuality, actually, and it's about bonding and intimacy. So I don't know if that's going to play a role in your trip at all, but we can take intimacy on many levels here. So really, it's about moving from dishonesty to intimacy to transparency. And so a lot of what both Michelle and Tanis were talking about being honest and open, being vulnerable, allowing yourself to express what you need when you need it, is going to be huge for you on this trip and in general, right? Being able to acknowledge and accept and allow the parts of you that maybe you try to push away or push down or hide or deny. There's a lot of power in bringing them forward and allowing them to have their space and voicing them and voicing their needs. Because when we're able to do that, we're able to transform them. But as long as we deny them and push them away, we can't, right? And we can't help them either. We can't take care of what our needs are. We can't address them, and we can't move them forward. And so a lot of what this card is about is really kind of transmuting this energy. And we can only ever do that if we're willing to allow ourselves that intimate connection, and not just with others, but with ourselves. And that can be really, really scary. But if we're willing to do that and to open ourselves up to be vulnerable, then we can have that connection and we can have our needs met. Which brings me to the coming to meet card. This is the gate 44. And this card is about, well, karmic relationships, actually. And it's about fear of the past, and fear of kind of not being connected, right? Like the victimhood that goes with this card is the idea of being isolated. And we tend to fear it, and so then we bring it on ourselves by not expressing our needs and not expressing ourselves and not allowing ourselves to join in and not allowing ourselves to be part of. But the gift of this is teamwork, and the siddhi for this, the enlightened path for this, is synergy. It's this ability to really become one with, and to understand what that is, to be fully connected, right? And so knowing that this energy is there for you on this trip is huge. It's there and it's in place. You just have to be open and willing to tap into it and connect to it. And in doing so, I got joyful expression, right? That ability to really find joy and express yourself. And then I pulled laugh a big belly laugh, which goes really well with that having fun and playfulness and being able to really tap into that fun energy and allowing yourself to enjoy the moment. And that's also coming back to being present in it. Because when we're present in the moment and we're not pushing ourselves to worry about, okay, how am I going to handle this? And what am I going to do with that? And how am I going to, if we're actually in the moment and present, we can really appreciate and have fun. And then the other card I got was Gaze at the Moon. Now, this is such an amazing card because it makes us think about the moon and what she represents, and this idea of the mirror, right? Because the moon mirrors back to us what we put out. Okay, so noticing what you're putting into this trip and the energy that you're putting into it, the fears that maybe you're putting into it, the thoughts that are going into it, because that's what gets mirrored back to us, right? So really going into it with the energy of what you want this trip to be is going to be really, really important. And if you can do so, make sure you get yourself some rest throughout it. Don't negate giving yourself that. And at the same time, I got the Selkie. It says, come out of hiding and embrace who you really are. Allow yourself to really enjoy, right? So we're going to balance that rest and that enjoyment. Allow yourself to be open and honest with what you need, and it can be an amazing trip. I hope that helps.
Well, beautiful, Jen. Thank you so much. And Susan, we're all sending you tons of love as you go on this trip, and we hope that it is amazing. So I look forward to maybe seeing some photos on Facebook later. I love seeing your, and Hypnicity loves the moon is a mirror. I love that. That's great.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah, Jonathan and I had a conversation like that this morning. So there's something in the collective about mirroring going around. A lot of conversations.
A lot of mirroring. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of questions, and yeah, that's very, very interesting.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Leah. We like spending time with you too. Yeah. And then, so Susan, come back, let us know how you're doing. So just to let you guys know, the next person is Rachel Rose, and then we have Hypnicity, and then we have Plucky Heroine, and then we have Karen Pulver, and then we have Annie. Okay. So just to let you guys know what the order is. Let's see. All right. Let me find your question, Rachel. There you are. I would love some guidance regarding adding something positive and new directional to my life. I've had a hard time transitioning home and have some ideas simmering in my brain. Okay, excellent. So I went to my cards and I asked your guides, what does Rachel need to focus on? The first card I got was Mercury, so intellect and communications. And in what area does she need to focus her intellect and her communications? Your second and your 10th house. The 10th house is your career. The second house is your savings, that bank account. Okay. So that's the area they want you to focus on. And I said, okay, let's look at the creativity oracle. I did the Pulver method. I got pitch, explore, and success. Okay. Let's look at the pitch card. Make a pitch. What do you want things like? I call it an elevator speech. Okay. And when you make your elevator speech on what you would like to see, that idea comes and simmers in, be clear, concise, and professional as you can be when you explain your ideas to potential associates. Take it on. That's what I got, that 10th house energy. Take on that Saturnian career-like energy when it comes to the ideas that come into your head, because it can help you organize them. So start creating pitches when they come in. Then start to explore the different pitches that you're writing down, okay? Because you're probably going to be getting a lot of different ideas coming through. And trust your imagination to help you journey through your inner landscape to find what you seek. So that's, I think, because you're getting a lot of ideas. See how he's basically surrounded by a lot of activity there. They're wanting you to focus on just a couple, all right? So, but allow that time for exploration, because that's a very pivotal part of this piece. It will bring you success, okay? Enjoying your life and in the unfolding of your creative abilities as much as possible is the real success. Make sure that you're allowing your divine creativity to creep in as you're creating these pitches, and you're starting to reallocate that second and 10th house energy. Okay. When you do that, this is what you're going to step into when you do some of this work. Empowerment. Rely on your inner strength to ensure that your dreams are realized moving forward. You're being asked to sense your personal power. That's where I sense the simmering coming from. When you tap into this, you're confident, you're responsible, and you're more reliable. So this energy in the card, it's optimistic. It's a very positive energy. Your dreams and long-term goals are becoming a reality, but you have to do those creative steps first. If you've been lethargic or unmotivated, just take time to tune into your personal power. Is what your guides are asking you to do. Yellow is what beautiful Tanis is wearing today, and everyone's complimenting her in the chat. And it is associated with our solar plexus chakra. Okay, it's called the Manipura in Sanskrit. And this chakra is at the very core of your being. It is your power center. It's the home of your willpower, your self discipline, and your personality. So Spirit is showing you that there is a powerful and important purpose for you on earth, and you're awakening to your personal power and the memory of yourself as a soul. So your healing will be complete when you see the light of your soul and know that light is who you truly are. So you're going to have to work through some stuff to get these ideas going. They're saying don't criticize yourself because that's going to weaken your resolve. Love and accept yourself, and not acknowledge your value, because those are all foundations for the solar plexus. Tanis, she pulled a citrine when I pulled this card, so I'm just going to say that's a good stone, because she tends to synchronous when I'm pulling cards back here, she'll pull something and I'll just laugh because it's like, oh, there goes Tanis again. So citrine. It'll give you a stronger sense of self and personal power if you use it responsibly. But just overall, be confident in your talents, love yourself, be willing to powerfully express yourself, and choose to be direct with your desires. Because you're being asked to make a decision, and all indications are that you can act once you do all of the creative methodologies that I talked about. I hope that was helpful. I know Tanis has more for you, and I'm sending you tons of love, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. The other crystal I'm getting for you is goldstone, which doesn't come up for me very often, but it's coming up right now for you. And so this one builds confidence and ambition. So it's still similar feel, builds energy, drive to get going, encourages positive attitude, uplifting stone that promotes vitality, encourages health and circulation, fights inflammation, renews the body, mind, and spirit, encourages success through harmony, and it's good for grounding, joy, courage, and generosity. Okay, so goldstone. Along with the citrine too, because citrine's always good. It's good for the yellow, for sure. You have honey and orange chalcedony. Okay, go for that. Yep, the orange chalcedony is what I would say. Choose any positive thoughts to describe your home, career, and finances as your words determine your outcome. Okay, and this would actually go pretty well, considering base chakra with the gold. It's more sacral, but would certainly support it. Clear yourself. Ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed. Okay. Vacuum away any fear. I'm hearing see it as fun. See it as fun. See it as play. What you're thinking. Okay. Vacuum away fear. Call upon Archangel Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energies from you, your surroundings, the situation, and everyone involved. So it's see it as fun. All is in perfect timing. This is it. It's time to take action now. I'll be here to help you every step of the way. Okay, there's a door of opportunity opening for you here. Change is coming. The opportunity is there, right? I'm here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. So there's going to be an opportunity arrive. And you just need to be the real you, right? Don't try to be something that you're not. Just be the real you, because you are enough. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. If it's meant for you, it will be. Communicate freely with love. Okay? Ascended masters, ask them to be there with you, because they will be. Powerful, loving, and wise spiritual teachers are watching over and guiding you. So call in the ascended masters. I actually think I'll pick one for you as well. Step into the spotlight. You have a message the world needs to hear. It's time for you to share your wisdom. So you're in the spotlight a lot with what you do, and this also means downloads for me. So downloads often happen, and then we have transformation. So I have a feeling it's transformation, because I also got this one coming into power. So you see how that light's coming down there again? You're going through a whole lot of transformation right now, girl. Whole lot of light coming down on you, which is awesome. Okay. They're saying to please follow a healthy diet, right? Eat lots of vegetables, vegetarian if you're feeling that. If not, at least make sure you're getting your veggies. Savoring pleasure. I embrace bliss in my life. Okay. Make sure you're taking the bubble bath, right? Savoring things. Have a cup of tea. Smell the flowers. Drink the wine. I'm going to pick you an Ascended Master card because we did get the Ascended. You are vegan. Okay, perfect. They're confirming that that's a good thing right now. All right, let's see who should help you. The Miriam. Sacred Vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all and remember that love has no boundaries. And this one's jumping at me too. Mahavatar Babaji. Soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand connections between all things. Okay. Maybe Michelle knows this guy a little more than I do. Do you know him? Babaji? Oh, Jen does. Okay, she can
That's
give you a little more.
Yogananda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yogananda. That's his guru? Yeah.
Yeah, Babaji is Yogananda's guru. He has phenomenal energy and very playful energy at times. But
Perfect.
he's also very, he can be very serious, but he can also be very playful. He's a beautiful energy. Absolutely beautiful.
And Rachel, he's merged. So
Is he single? I think perhaps he's not in the marrying stage of life at the moment. That's what I have for you, Rachel. Jen can tell you a little bit more about our friend.
Yeah. So let's see where we're at. Let's see. So much. Okay. So I got the gate 18 for you, and this is about correction. It's working on what has been spoiled, and this is interesting because it's about judgment, and there's a piece here about being a victim of the mind, right? The mind can hijack us and can hijack us in needing to make everything perfect, right? And feeling like we can't be okay until that's the case. But this is a beautiful thing because when we're able to transcend that, it brings us into a place of integrity. And this is amazing because we can step into this place of clear intention where we can just recognize what is correct for us and what isn't. It's no longer about having it perfect, it's about having it perfect for us. And there's a very big difference in what that is and what that means, right? And when we move beyond that, something that Michelle could probably speak to, it's about moving into the bodhisattva. Like this is about that full surrender to what is perfection in this very deep place of understanding that, we are fully connected to what that is, as opposed to having to make any change in what we think our reality is, right? And so it's a really neat thing because in this place we can come to understand that no matter where we are perfectly where we are meant to be. Right? And then we can just flow with that so that if change is meant to happen, it happens in its proper time as it's meant to, which brings us to the progress card and the change card. And the secret to this card is to not have expectation, which is so hard when we want something different, right? And this card talks about, it brings us into the idea of that hunger or that need, that drive for wanting something different, or for feeling like we need to have something different in our lives. And yet the gift for this card is adventure and being open to something different, but not having to force it or need it to happen. And when we're able to do that, we can move into boundlessness, right, where anything is possible. And in this place we can actually step into bliss because in the Gene Keys, he talks about this being kind of the back door into bliss, right? It's this idea of, complete consciousness with spirit so that, we recognize that we're always in progress and yet we never need that progress. Like we're always okay and yet we're always moving forward. It's this kind of beautiful paradox that we have in life. And so we don't have to ever force it, and yet we're always open to it, right? And when we can be in that place, change can happen, and it can happen naturally, right? And I can understand not wanting to do the touring and not wanting to do that. And it's neat because, as we, well, I'm going to get to that because that's actually in one of the other cards, but I'm not there yet. So we've got the gate 62. This is a preponderance of the small. This is about the details, right? And so this card is really looking at the mind. And sometimes the mind thinks it knows what's best for us, and it looks at all the details and it has to figure out all the bits and pieces. So know that in order to figure out maybe how to make that change or how to do something different, you don't necessarily have to have all of the bits and pieces. You don't need to have all of the details in place. But working on this idea of precision can be really helpful because in that place, it's not about the details anymore. It's really about being true to what feels right for you, right? And honoring that in your journey, because that's going to help you move out of limitation and into acceptance and moving into this is it's the pressure to it's this is the pressure to make the change, right? This is exactly this, like, I have to get out of here, I have to make this change, I have to evolve. And what's interesting is the energy from this is, this kind of um being able to not feel like we're going through the same patterns over and over again, but being able to recognize that every time we kind of go through something, we're expanding, right? So it goes from the circle to the spiral. It's this idea of expanding our experiences, because when we do that, we begin to realize that we are changing each step of the way. And as we do, with each step, we might see another way to move beyond what is going on. So this, like, constantly being pulled back that you're talking about, you know, what is going on for you that, you're not maybe feeling that you can say no? What is going on for you that you're not feeling like you can make that change? What is that pressure that's happening? And sometimes it's a fear, or we feel like we can't, or we feel like, um, we're obligated. There's all of these different things. And so it's interesting because we've got the grace card here. And this card is really interesting because it's about the shadow part of it is dishonor, right? And so we really struggle with um, feeling like um, we're not able to find anything good in our current experience. And I'm not talking about like toxic positivity and, always looking for the silver lining, but truly being able to be in the moment and going, okay, what about right now can I be grateful for that's going to get me through it so that I can um, work on how I'm feeling, what's going to carry me through and allow me to have a healthy way of expressing and feeling my emotions so that I'm able to bring my passion forward and make the changes that I'm meant to make. Does that make sense? Like, that ability to be able to both honor our struggle, but also hold space for grace and joy and peace and love in our experience at the same time. And that can be really hard, right? And so we have, the determination of self. And this is really, it's interesting because this is about the body, which I have two other cards here. That I pulled from a different deck, and one of them is Feel Your Pulse, and it's about getting into the body. And it's really about being able to take time to ground, take time to feel into your heartbeat, feel into the body, because the mind is going to tell us, I have to go, I have to change, I have to do this, I have to do that. And it's not going to be able to guide us with the answers that we need on how to do it. but the body is going to be able to when we can find that pause. So it's like taking a moment for that meditative piece where we feel into it. And we feel into our heartbeat, and you hear that ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. And we're focusing on that beat. And then we go deeper. And now instead of focusing on the beat, we focus on the pause between the beats. And that pause between the beats, that meditative place, that's where we find our answer. Because it's in that place that we find our new vision. That we're able to actually figure out, how do I make this complete turnaround, this complete switch? But it can't come in a place that's loud. It can't come from a place that is constantly chaotic. It has to come from that quiet place. Okay? And so what I got for you, because I want to pull my little rabbit cards for everybody, I got slow down, which is exactly what these cards are telling you. You've got to slow down to find that quiet place. Okay? And joyful expression, right? We need to find the joy in our experience. But if you really want to figure out, how do I make that shift? How do I make that change? You've got to feel into that pulse. You've got to find the quiet place in between. And that's going to give you the power, that determination of self to be able to go through all the change. I hope that helps.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Rachel. And always come back and let us know how you're doing. And thank you for commenting in the comments and seeing how it resonates with you. Okay, guys, we have 40 minutes left and 11 questions. And just to let everybody know who is next in line, we're going to do our tippers first. So that is Hypnicity. And then we have Plucky Heroine, and then Karen Pulver, and then Annie, and then we'll try to get to lightning round. Okay. All right. So let me get to your questions. Okay. We have Hypnicity.
So because we have so many, guys, we may be shortening this a little bit. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you're starting something new. Okay. You're stepping into something new, and you're going to be asked to do it on your own. Okay. Hypnicity. So this is exciting stuff. So I went to my creativity oracle, and I did the Pulver method, which tells me like what 3 things you need to focus on with this next step. I got details, introspection, and growth. Pay attention to the details. Whenever I get the Aries card, I think of Amy Zerner, who created this deck. And she says Aries moons sometimes have trouble focusing, right? So because they're just like, they have so many amazing ideas coming in at once. So examine your situation and take care of every detail one step at a time. Okay, it looks like an eye here. So just pay attention to those little details. Introspection is often necessary to deepen our awareness of the unity and divinity of life. Now, he's out on a walk in nature with his cane. He kind of reminds me of the hermit. So taking time out for yourself to introspect. And they're saying going on walks by yourself outside of the home is going to help you clear your mind. And you're heading into a period of growth. See the beautiful peacock here? Feel open and willing and proud of your desire to explore new opportunities for self-development. So that's some major stuff coming your way. You're starting to spread those beautiful peacock wings, which is, in my opinion, really cool. What area does this involve in? I went to my Art of Affirmations. I got, I am home. Make your home base secure and you will feel comfortable no matter where you go. I breathe in the feeling that I am safe and protected. I am filled with self-confidence, enabling me to love and accept others more. I breathe out insecurity. If you're feeling insecurity in these areas, this is what the guides are helping you with. Because I went to my Wild Goddess Oracle and I got Maya for you. Allow past mistakes to help you see through all illusions so you can understand and act upon what you know is real and what you know is false. And it's something to do with your home base or home environment. Okay, that's the area that they are working with you in. Comments here. It's coming out of a long, dark night. Okay, well, that's the reason I got this card then. This involves your family. Call upon Vesta to help you. Okay, she is really amazing around the home. Your household situation is improving either through a move or through healthy situations with the occupants. So if you've been having some stuff with family, if you've been having some stuff with your emotions involving this area, know that you are making growth and self-development here, and that your guides are with you to help you through that. I know that Tanis and Jen have more for you, and I'm sending you tons of love from down south. We're not too far away.
Awesome. Yeah, I could tell that you're coming out of a long, dark night. I got healing the past. So that's the one that you need to focus on right now, is healing. Okay, so do some of that healing. I feel like the Ho'oponopono, I need to mention that for you. Because dwelling in truth, okay? I stand in the light of truth. The only way to get out of dark and shadow, stand in the light and love, okay? So the Ho'oponopono on yourself in the mirror would work great if you're dealing with your own shadow work. That's a great way to do it. And if it's on others, it works well with other people as well. Just picture their face, okay? Because the way forward is open. You're not trapped. Possibilities and opportunities are abound. Michael will guide you to personal and spiritual freedom. So know that, okay? Joy is possible. The joy is sticking out on this card for me. Take action. So you're the only one that can take action in this case. You're the one that has to step into doing the work for yourself, do the shadow work, because that's going to help you to be ready for this, because you're ready for more. Your career is growing and blossoming, and now is the time to make the changes. Trust your angels, let go of expectations on how your dreams will come true, and trust that heaven has the perfect plan. So I think there may be a change coming for you in career-wise, but it may not be what you expect. Okay? Don't settle for less. You are the child of the divine. You deserve to have your dreams come true, so don't give up. Again, lots of butterflies there for transformation. You're opening up to your spiritual gifts, or if you already are, it's going to be intensifying, which it is for a lot of us right now because of all this energy that's coming down. Remember, your true nature is spiritual, not physical. The angels are surrounding you or sending you messages to guide your soul's growth. So the more you can tap into that, the more you're going to find your way. Okay? Your loved ones are safe. Let go of fear and worry for your loved ones. I'm looking after them. So Michael's got that. Don't give up on love. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow Michael to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. Okay? This doesn't necessarily mean with the same people. It's about opening your heart. So listen with your heart so that you can open that up, and you're going to start to come into your power. You see all that light coming down? You're getting all those downloads, but you're coming into your power. I step into my power boldly and confidently, and that's how you're going to start to manifest those dreams. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. If you need help or anything, you know that you're in energy healing. Yeah, okay. Well, all energy healers need to be doing their own work too, right? You know that just as much as I do. So just keep at it. Keep at it. And, you know, we're all in it together. So if you need help, you know where we are. Happy to help you, okay? Okay, hope that's helpful.
All right. Yeah, it's like in a tangle, right? So reminding yourself that you're strong, you're fierce, you're capable, you're free. You don't have to be in that tangle all tied up. So inner truth, the 61 here. This is about the potential for inner truth, but finding it in silence. So I've got to ask, right? Are you feeling that pressure to know, right? Are you asking yourself all of these questions, right? Constantly trying to, you know, the shadow of this card is psychosis, right? It's this idea of constantly trying to figure it out, needing to know more. It's this, the mind just doesn't stop, right? And so it's about how do we quiet the mind so that that inspiration can come in. And so we know that we need to do that in order to tap into the abilities and everything else. So how do we allow space for that? Because when we can, this is also the card of the Holy of Holies, right? This is that inspiration and sanctity and being able to really tap into the divine mind and connect there. But in order to do that, we really have to be able to quiet our own our own thoughts and our own processes. Yeah, and that makes it so hard, right? Because, then we've got the 34, this is the power of the great, and this is that this is the gate that this is the force, right? That we were talking about at the beginning of the show, this needing to make things be the way they are, like the force things to happen, right? And so sometimes, especially when it comes to healing, we get caught up in, I just want this gone. I just want this feeling gone. I just want this issue gone. And we don't allow ourselves the space to actually feel whatever it is we need to feel, or deal with whatever it is we need to deal with. And so we don't allow ourselves the process, right? And we have to go through the process. And going through the process is actually where we find strength. And in that place, we can come into majesty, right? And then I've got the creative. And the creative is actually a really great place for this surrender, because it's about self-expression, and it's about blocking and then moving into allowing, right? And this kind of moving from numbness almost, right? Like sometimes we can get into this place of we're in so much pain, we go numb, right? And then we end up trying to force, but because we're numb, there's this emptiness that comes with it, right? And we talk about the dark night, and there is this kind of paradox that happens with that. And so it's about allowing ourselves to align with the natural cycles, right? It's okay to experience all of the experiences, right? And so if we can allow ourselves to be in that empty place and to be okay with it, and this is the deep shadow work, right? To really allow ourselves to embrace it and to be okay with it, in that place, pure creativity, the one, that energy can actually come in. But it's about being able to allow ourselves to be open and be okay in it. And to recognize that as we do, we've got the army. This is the role of the self, and this is a leader role, right? This is huge. This is the gate 7, and it's about moving from division to guidance to virtue. And this is the elected leader. This is like a big card when it comes to leading by example and being able to awaken your gifts and use that to awaken the gifts in others. And, we do this when we go through our shit and we come out the other side. And it's a beautiful card because, we go through it, we come out, and then we go through it again. And then we come out, and then we go through it again, right? And we have to know that it's okay. It's okay to go through it, and it's okay to come out. And you have support as you go through it. Don't deny yourself that support. It's really important that you allow yourself to have it, and that you be kind to yourself through this. Don't beat yourself up because you're going through it. Don't say, why am I not getting out of this yet? Why haven't I beaten it? Why can't I do it? When we go there, we hold ourselves in it. We have to be kind to ourselves as we do it. Okay? So I've got the water carrier. We hold it. We hold it. And when we hold it, it can flow. Okay? But we allow it. We allow it in our space, and we know what really matters. We reflect it, and then we reprioritize. And there's something going on there. As you hold it, maybe you need to reprioritize it. Instead of having to get rid of it, maybe you have to go deeper into it, right? And come through the other side. And then as you do, I got Sing Your Song of Life. This is all part of your process. And whatever it is that you're going through, it's part of making that song beautiful. I hope this helps.
Thank you, Jen.
And
And,
hypnicity, you say, why can't you heal yourself? We're all in that boat. All healers. I don't read well for myself at all. I'm very biased, right? And I can't read for myself. I get in my own way. And it's the same with the healing stuff, right? I do all the self-care and I do the self-Reiki, but I still need help from others too, right? We're all just here walking each other home, right? That Ram Dass saying. So don't be afraid to reach out for help from other healers too, because all of us are needing it right now. We've got to support each other. Okay? Sending you lots of love.
And hypnicity, if that was as powerful as I felt, Jen is a professional counselor. My Holistic Self-Counseling, her link is in the description, and you can order a session from her. She's very profound. So we're glad that you were able to release. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that resonated, and we really appreciate you being open with us. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Huge. Awesome. Go, Jen. Thank you, Jen. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we're so glad that worked for you, and I'm sending you tons of love. And I know that you're from my area, and the things that you're going through are very common in this area. You're not alone. Okay, so reach out, get help. That's all. Yeah, I reach out to these two all the time. They've helped me through like some really big stuff. So we're a tribe. All right, so we're sending you tons of love, Hypnicity, and just to let everybody know, we have. Plucky Heroine is next, and then we have Karen Pulver, and then we have Annie, and then we'll try to get to lightning round, okay? We'll be as concise as we can. So let me go, Plucky Heroine, there you are. How does my productivity and creativity look through the end of 2023? I got the Aries for you from the Karma cards too. You're starting something new, okay? You're stepping into yourself. This is a you card, okay? This is first house energy. So I said, what is Plucky Heroine working on? This flew out. Wounds. It flew out onto the floor, and I had to go retrieve it. So this is a big one. And she's not that happy. Withheld support from the past can cause low self-esteem and cripple your action. This is the block. Okay, you're going to be working through some wounds. Luckily, with that Aries energy, that warrior energy, you can do this. You got it covered. You're going to start resurrecting stuff as you go through these wounds. Can reconsider a project or recall a person from the past to resurrect an idea. So what I'm getting is that there is something from your past there that's going to provide you with the modality of working through this particular energy that I see coming your way, this wound. Okay? Stop worrying about it. Worry is an attachment. Actually, these two cards are very similar. See the imagery here? Worry is an attachment to a particular outcome that the fear will not, and the fear that it will not come to pass. Let it go. Try to stop controlling the issue. Okay, it's the same woman in each card going in different directions, and she feels like she's being pulled in ways that she doesn't want to. That's the wounding that's coming through. So here's the way out of it. I went to my Art of Affirmations, and I got, I am a friend. A caring friend is worth more than worldly possessions. I breathe in loving friendship that makes life's struggles bearable. I am filled with love, light, and laughter to be shared with my friends. I breathe out loneliness and distrust. It sounds like you've been through something called the thinning. And what your guides are asking you to do is resurrect a lot of the things that you've received from your tribe and reevaluate that area a little bit. Start to choose people to have in your environment that truly supports and love you the way that you truly support and love them. Because friendship and support and family is a two-way process. Otherwise, one person gets drained and carrying all the cards at the end of the day. It needs to be reciprocal. Friendships, relationships, reciprocity is needed. Okay, this is how you can do it. This is who you're becoming. I got the messenger from the Wild Goddess Oracle. Make sure that what is being said is what is being heard. The same words and messages can often mean different things to different people. So I feel like you're going through an area where you're learning to use your intellect and your speech to find out what people are really saying to you. This is called active listening. My friend Ramsey taught me it. And he said, okay, when you're having a conversation with your husband and you get in an argument, it's usually a miscommunication. So literally, when you meet a new person or a new friend, or you're inviting someone into your circle and there's some confusion going on, repeat back what you heard and make sure that that's exactly what's being said. Because I feel like you might be choosing the wrong people to have in and around your life, and that have caused you wounds, because there's some miscommunications or misinterpretations going on. If you're uncomfortable giving someone information that they, personal information, when they first meet you, they're saying to say, why do you ask? Why do you ask? Probe them. Are they trying to find something on you, or are they just concerned about your well-being? You'll be able to tell in their answer. That's going to help you be more discerning with your tribe and with the people around you, because you've lacked a lot of support in your past, and they want to fix that for you. You need better people. So I know you asked about productivity and creativity, but I went to my creativity oracle and they're like, she's working through wounds. So that's where they wanted you to really focus in on. Okay. So I'm sending you tons of love, Plucky Heroine. And I know that Tanis and Jen have more for you.
Hello. I've got take care of your thoughts. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Have faith and stay focused on the outcome you truly desire. So I feel as though you get distracted. So just take control of your thoughts, because when we're distracted, it's harder to be creative, okay, and productive. So take control of those thoughts and bring them down and focus, okay? I'm with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. So Archangel Michael. So call on Michael. So when you're feeling that distraction, call on Michael to come in and help you stay help you focus. And then let go of stuff that no longer serves you. Okay. So this situation no longer serves you. Allow me to sever your energetic connections to the past so you can embrace the future. So there's something you need to let go of. It's distracting. It's taking up all your thoughts. Okay. It's taking up all of that brain space that you could be using for creativity and productivity. So there's something you need to work through there. You need to recognize signs from above. Angels are sending you messages now, but you've been too distracted to notice. So stay alert and open to divine guidance. Okay. Trust your angels. Let go of expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has the perfect plan. So the more that you could quiet your mind, the more you'll end up with those big, like, downloads of information that are going to be huge for you in terms of your productivity and creativity. Okay, so really step into that quieting your mind for the moment. You're a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light on the love on the earth, like an angel and all of its inhabitants. Okay, I do have new romance is imminent, either a newcomer or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love. So that kind of says that maybe that's kind of what's been bothering you. There's something going on in that area that's distracting. So it might be time to visualize exactly what you would like. What do you desire right now? Visualize it. It will come about. Negativity will block your progress. So if it's not romance, make sure you're visualizing. Even if it is, visualize. What would you like out of that? You will manifest what you need. Express gratitude as if your plans have already come to pass. Trust that your angels are bringing you the assistance that you need. Okay? Prioritize your self-care. So I got two of those cards for you. We got Cherish Self and Prioritize Your Self-Care. This one says you do so much for others. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Okay? And then I accept and love myself. So drink the tea, smell the roses, right? Take some time to sit quietly and clear the mind. And then embrace the future. Because you see there's a door there of opportunity. I step into the future with an open heart. So there's a door of opportunity coming for you. In terms of that, you just have to follow your bliss. That's where you're going to find that peak in productivity and creativity and the balance in your life. Follow your bliss. Okay. You see she's balancing on the unicorn and she's got the sun and the moon here. Okay. Find the balance. That's what you need to work on. And being distracted all the time, that's not going to help you find the balance. You need to quiet the mind and go inside. So do some meditation, meditative practices, go for a walk, right? find a way to clear your mind so that you can really visualize what you want for yourself. That would be my advice, okay? So follow your bliss. Hope that's helpful.
All right. So I got the 46, pushing upward, determination of the self. Now, this is about beginnings. It's the love of self, it's the body, but it's also about seriousness, is the shadow kind of here. And it's about moving from that into delight and ecstasy. And so, in all of this kind of balancing of everything, which I've got some balancing going on in the cards here too, but also making sure that you're taking time to really love what you're doing and to enjoy what you're doing and not being all wrapped up in everything, but finding some time for some peace and love in your experience, right? Really recognizing that this card is about like really loving the experience in the physical world, right? So this is about really loving what it is we're doing and loving our experience here and recognizing that, you know, everything that we do is about bringing that ecstasy, that bliss to the experience, right? To really delight in it. And so if what you're doing is really caught up in being in seriousness and, you know, having to have it always, you know, really structured, notice notice that and how can you take a step back and actually have fun with your work, right? And maybe that moves more towards the creativity side of the productivity. I don't know. But really figuring out how to bring that in. And then I got influence. This is a leadership card, right? It is a throat, that's a throat gate, and its voice is I lead, right? So this is about moving into wholeness and surrendering kind of the I aspect and being able to um, know what we can and can't accomplish, right? So a big part of all of this and in leadership and what you're looking to do, it's a facilitation channel, and it's really like know what you can do and what you can't do, right? And balance that, and don't try to take on more than what you need to. And hold space for that, because the next card I got was the limitation card, right? And there's an acceptance piece that goes with this, and being realistic and allowing yourself to come into a place of, you know, being okay with where you're at, right? Like there's a lot of pressure in this, and it's a pressure to change or a pressure to evolve or a pressure to move into the next kind of phase. And so, you know, recognizing that a big part of this is, you know, like I said, when this card came up last time, it's this kind of moving from this kind of closed circuit to it's associated with like the earthship Merkaba, like being able to really outgrow ourselves over and over and over again. And so, you know, if you're able to stick with what is truly calling you, you're going to be able to expand on that. But we have to be able to limit and know where our path is going, right? So not taking on too many different things, but really moving into exactly what is calling you and what's bringing you joy. And that's going to bring us to the 55, which is abundance, right? And this is about really being able to be in that place of freedom to um, to do what brings you joy, right? The fear of this gate is emptiness, and we can often get kind of caught up in um, you know, feeling like we have to fill that all of the time. And so really being mindful of what you're doing and how you're doing it is going to be really important, right? And if we are trying to do too much, then it is really easy to get distracted and be all over the place because we can't keep up with that, right? We can't stay on top of it. And sometimes we can get caught up in doing all of these different things because we're not speaking our truth, right? So really take the time to speak your truth and honor what is true to you. And that's going to really help you to be able to move forward. And then the other card that fell out of the deck with that one is reuse something. So I don't know if there is something from your past or something that you've kind of put aside, but they're telling you to bring it back and take a look at it or revisit it and see if it still holds some power for you moving forward. Hope that helps.
Thank you, Jen. That's awesome. And we hope that was helpful, Plucky Heroine. We are sending you tons of love, and please come back and let us know how you're doing. Just timestamp, it is 5:52 right now because I didn't see you in the audience. Okay. All right. So our next, just to give you guys an idea of who's up next, we have Karen Pulver. Yay. And then we have Annie, and we'll see if we have time for lightning. Okay. So let's go to Karen. Hello, ladies. I have a question about the new goddess opportunity. That's exciting. I want to know what the cards say about moving forward with this or not. Thank you and happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Karen. Thank you. All right. So I went to my creativity oracle because that's a creative question, and it exploded. And I'm just going to show you all the cards at once because this is what I think this new opportunity is going to bring your way. I got indecision, overwhelming, wounds, perfectionism, and courage. Okay. You can do it. It's going to take a lot of courage. Okay. Here's the first card, indecision. Okay. Decide not to make a decision at this time. This will be a constructive, valid, and useful decision. So wait it out a little bit. It's not the right time to make a decision right now. This is because everything is a little bit overwhelming right now. The hard work we love can leave us feeling burdened, drained, and burnt out, among other problems. So you've got a lot on your plate right now is what they're pointing out. And they're also saying that withheld support from the past can cause low self-esteem or cripple actions. And I got wounds. And so I said, what wounds are involved with Karen in this incoming project? It's a perfectionistic wound. Okay. Be content and know that perfection is a distant utopian goal which we journey to but never will arrive at. Okay. We're imperfectly perfect. Every single one of us are. But I feel like the perfectionistic piece is a past wound that can kind of get in the way of this opportunity. And that's why they're having you wait this out a little bit. Okay. Then I got the courage card. This is also like a strength card. When you step into your strength and you don't allow those wounds or those outside opinions to affect your decision-making forward, you will have the courage to see the lessons in all situations and then face them constructively. So you're being asked to confront someone about this particular opportunity in a very brave and courageous way. One of my favorite words that Tanis uses is courageous. Use your courage creatively. Okay, so they're saying don't make a decision yet. Okay, because you have some stuff that you're working through before this can be successful. Okay, this is what you can do in the meantime. I got the dancer. Step into yourself. Be free. This kind of reminds me of the Fool card. You must feel free to express yourself if you want to live a truly authentic life of quality and meaning. Our soul's dance is unending. There's a voice in your head that's been put there since childhood, requiring you to be perfect in all things. It's wrong. And it's getting in the way of opportunities for you. Dance, be the fool. And that's going to help you be a little bit more authentic as you step into this role. Let me see if there's any comments here. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. All right. Once you do that, I got the sun. You're going to be able to shine in this opportunity, the opportunities that are coming to you. The world will be your stage because you're showing them who you really are without this extra stuff in the background requiring you to be this perfect model of what they want you to be. Okay. Go outside. I got Cordelia. When I asked for a guide, I got Cordelia and she said, go outside. You have been indoors for too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. And I saw you ice skating. and having a lot of fun doing it. And so that's why I think the dancer is here, because she almost looks like she's ice skating. You see that? She's out, she's having fun, she's taking out time for herself so that she has the courage to move forward with new projects, and she doesn't let perfectionism or these overwhelming emotions or that kind of stuff get in the way. Okay, so once you move through that piece, you'll be able to shine, and it's going to be amazing. Okay, Karen, I hope that was helpful, and I know Tanis and Jen have more for you.
Hey, Karen. So, yeah, I got that it's not time yet. I got, no, it's not yet time. This is not the divine right time to take action. Be patient. The opportune moment is approaching. Okay. You need to know, though, you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. Okay. Have no fear. Fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use my sword of light, Michael's sword of light, to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. So just because it's not time yet, it doesn't mean you need to think poorly about it, okay? They're encouraging you to take control of your thoughts. Your thoughts are creating your reality, so have faith and stay focused on the outcome you truly desire, okay? So what is the outcome that you truly desire? That's what you need to look at. Is it fulfilling what you want to do? Look at what you would love to do, what your passion is, and embrace your life purpose. Okay, so I'm guiding you towards your divine life purpose. Whatever makes your heart joyful is what you're meant to be doing. So does this make you joyful? That's what you need to ask yourself. Does the thought of it make you joyful? And if it's almost, then there's a tweak for it. Something needs to be built in that is a little bit different from what you're saying. Okay, but you also need to open your heart. No one's perfect. Stop judging yourself and others, and let love heal the situation. So that speaks to the perfectionism that Michelle was speaking to as well. Okay, so ask yourself if it's your self-judgment that is in the way in this situation. I also got schooling and study. Education helps your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. Okay, so maybe there's a class or something that you want to take to help support yourself before you step into whatever this is. You are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. Okay, no doubt about it, you're a light worker, right? Trust the guidance you're receiving. Archangel Uriel has blessed you with a brilliant epiphany. Archangel Michael is also present to clear away worries so you can trust your divine guidance. So you know what's right for you. You feel it, right? Take the time to feel into your body. When you think about the opportunity, what are you feeling? Are you feeling constriction somewhere? If so, ask yourself why. Is it something that is negotiable or modifiable? Or is it something that is you can't change it? And if that's the case, maybe it's not the right opportunity. If it's modifiable, then maybe have that discussion. Okay? Your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force it to happen. So I feel like there's a little, I feel as though there's a bit of resistance from you about this. And the resistance is kind of a calling card saying, okay, look at this. You need to know this first before you go into this. Is this what you want? Okay, because what you want is coming. It is there. It's coming. Okay, you need to be able to step into it gracefully without forcing it. So if you feel like you're forcing yourself to do this, then the resistance is your fear. Yeah. Well, they addressed that too, right? They said have no fear, I believe, at the beginning here. So if it's your fear, ask yourself what the fear is about. Is it a realistic fear? Like, is it something that you should be looking at? Because our emotions are important. It's not that we should ignore the fear, but sometimes they're fear from past things that don't really have anything to do with this current situation. So that's where you need to decide and talk to your body, talk to your guides, right? Where is this fear coming from? I've done the 5 whys with you before, I think, Karen. So do the 5 whys. Why am I resisting this? Why does that matter? Why does that matter? What's the base fear? Figure that out. That'll give you a good idea as to whether it's really about this project or whether it's really about past stuff. Yeah.
There's the
So that's that
perfection piece.
perfectionist thing. Yeah. And the no one's perfect. Stop judging yourself and others. Let love heal the situation. So perhaps a little bit of self-love. Okay. Mistakes are just learning opportunities. It depends on what that means. Right? What does it mean for you? Is it something that you've done exactly the same before that we need to learn from? Or is it just another opportunity that we can make the most out of? So I feel there's resistance. Make sure that it's founded fear and not just you not being forgiving of yourself for something that you perceive as a mistake. Okay? Hope that's helpful.
Great. Well, I also got that there's doubt going on there. This is the 63 after completion, but recognizing that doubt is an essential inspiration, right? This is the idea that doubt leads to inquiry. So if there is a part of you that is doubting, ask the question, why? What is coming up for me? And if it is a resistance that you're having for yourself, go into that and figure out what's going on. Because I got the release your shame card, right? So there's something going on here for you that you need to allow in your space so that you can come to terms with it for yourself. And in order to do that, retreat is necessary, right? To be able to give yourself the space that you need to be able to go inside and do the work so that you can know for sure what it is you need to do and where you need to move and what decision you have to make. Because the reality is you are enough, okay? And you're going to be able to make a decision authentically when you go inside and connect with this part of you that is really feeling into it. Fear from the stroke. Okay. I'm not the same as I was, and the things are more difficult now. So I need grace and patience. Well, and it's interesting because I got tend your plants, right? And so there is this aspect of tending to yourself, tending to what is already there, and making sure that you are doing self-care, that you are taking care of yourself, and that you're working with your natural connections, the things that are already there, because those are the things that are going to support you as you move forward. And if you can do that, there is openness, there is grace, there is the sharing spirit with others, and that's going to help support you in this decision, right? And this is about moving from that dishonor to graciousness to grace. And so, we have that ability to move forward. Just be really mindful of, this is the marrying maiden. This is about ambition, right? And really looking at, why, right? What is my purpose for taking this on? And am I taking it on because I really feel like this is truly the next step for me? Or am I taking it on because I feel like I have to, because there's pressure there for me to, because I feel like, if I don't, this, that, or the other thing may happen. Really feel into what is coming up for you, what the blocks are, and what you feel is true and authentic, right? I'm going to go back to that authenticity card. Really feeling into authentically what the next step is for you and what your natural connections are going to align for you. And if it all falls into place and it feels correct, that's wonderful. But if there's constantly this feeling of I don't have the supports in place and I don't feel like I have the capacity, that's not necessarily about a fear that you can't do it and you need to push past that fear. Sometimes that is a sign that I need to get my natural connections in place and tend my plants before I move forward. It's not that I don't move forward, it's just that I have this work to do first in order to be able to be in a place to move forward. Hope that helps.
Oh, Karen, and we're all sending you love. That's that's why I got wounds and being overwhelmed, and you just focus on you because you are what's most important right now. Okay. And she says, thank you all. You're so welcome. And yeah, and I blocked the fake profile in the chat. So you guys are getting that on Facebook. We get some of those sometimes. So yeah, they've been taken care of. Don't worry about them. It's a fake profile. All right. Oh my goodness. So our next question is Annie, and then we're just going to do a really, really quick lightning round for you guys. We have about 8 questions, so questions are closed for the rest of the show because we have to be respectful of time. Okay. All right. So our next question is Annie. Let me find your question. And thank you for tipping, Annie. How and where can I best shine and grow? Okay. I got Jupiter and the moon for you. Jupiter is all about our education, our spirituality, how we expand ourselves. And the moon is our emotional state, our inner state, the mirror of our ego. So it's our inner self. So you're going to be doing a lot of work with your emotional state, your inner self, and really expanding that area out into something big and bright and beautiful. And Jupiter is basically going to help your moon. Whenever I do an astro mapping session with a client, I look for the line of Jupiter being either on the moon or the ascendant because that usually indicates a really good energy. It creates a lot of auspicious yogas. Okay. So that's what you're stepping into, and that's great. Then I went to my creativity oracle because that's all about how we shine and grow. And I got you're stepping into actualization. You're breaking some habits. And when you break those habits, you're going to step into a period of enchantment. Okay. It looks like Jen's getting the same thing. So this is actually the cover of the Creativity Oracle. You will achieve your full potential by virtue of your creativity and your honest pursuit of truth. When will that happen? When you examine habits that may impede the pathways to your goals and encourage more beneficial ones. So you're going through a little bit of transmutation there. When that happens, the enchantment comes. We are enchanted when the muses sing the art spirit into us. Now, the person who created this image, her name's Amy Zerner, and she is one of the most, divine artists of our age. And I feel like you are going to be hearing some of the messages that divine artists get once you break through this habitual piece. Okay, but you need to kind of break through that, but to open that door for you. This is how you do it. I make boundaries and I respect them. No one has the right to trample on your words, feelings, or personal space, no matter how close to you or well-intentioned they are. Be respectful of the rights of others. You have the right to be alone. That's big energy, Annie. I went to my goddesses and I said, what goddesses are helping Annie through this? What guides are helping Annie? Because I got big goddess energy from you, especially with that moon. I got Bast. She's going to help you step into being an independent woman. She's going to make you you're going to be alone and be very comfortable with that because what it says is your independence is the foundation for your strength and success. And you see all the lions in the card and the cats. Cats are very independent and they're very assured of themselves. Essentially, they've been treated, they're healthy and they've been treated well. So that's what I feel you'll best shine and grow is, and I'm getting independent woman coming into my my psyche there. It was oh gosh, I think was it Beyonce who sang that? So listen to that song when you want to jazz yourself up or you're out on a walk or you're exercising. Independent woman. That is how you will best shine and grow. Okay, and setting those beautiful boundaries. All right. I hope that was helpful, Annie, and I'm sending you tons of love. Let me see if you got anything. Yes, thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you, Annie. And come back and let us know how you're doing too. I love seeing you in the chat.
Hi, Annie. So I got it's almost over. Your current challenges will soon be resolved. You'll be able to look at the future with a smile. So the way you can do that is through healing your emotions. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. Okay, so forgiving, and then the boundaries that you're talking about as well. I'm helping you heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You're a healer like me. So I don't know if you are a healer, but I got a couple of healer cards here. So if not, that may be what's coming. So prioritize self-healing or self-care. Okay. You do so much for others. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. Trust your angels. Let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has the perfect plan. Okay? Because they do. Regain your focus. So trivial life matters are distracting you from your goals. Archangel Metatron and Michael are here to help you stay grounded. So making sure that you're staying grounded in what you're doing, okay? Because that's really going to help you to get your power back. So there's that independence thing that Michelle, you can't make this stuff up. I got all the same stuff. It's just worded differently. So get your power back, okay? You've forgotten who you are. You are a child of the divine. So take your power back, okay? I also have a happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in a positive new energy. So this is where I was wondering, are you looking at doing a spiritual practice? Because I also got open up to your spiritual gifts. And it says, remember that your true nature is spiritual, not physical. The angels are sending you messages to guide your soul's growth. You are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. And as you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. So that leads me to believe that, you're going to be starting down this spiritual journey, and it may even be a new place of employment or a new form of income for you. So look at yes, I'm looking for that. Okay, cool. So you're looking to be a spiritual guide or a spiritual counselor. So, we have the school. All three of us are teachers. We all have our own specialties. So take a look at the Twila Lifestyle Academy, right? We've got lots of great classes coming up in the new year. They're not all posted yet, but take a look at the website for now and know that we've got lots more coming in the near future. I was going to have them out this week, but since I've needed more rest this week, I'm a little behind on that. So stay tuned in the next couple of weeks. We'll be getting all the stuff up for the new year. And, we're happy to chat with you, Annie. I'm sure any of us would, do like a little discovery call with you if you have questions about what we do. And if you're looking to go into that kind of a field, it's good to find people that you resonate with. So, just reach out. We're happy to help. Okay. And yeah, so looks good. Prosperity card. Looks like a good year. Looking forward to it.
So interesting. I got make a sacred space. There's definitely some energy there for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the 59. Well, this is the dispersion. This is that sexuality, that intimacy card, right? So there's something here to do with intimacy for you. And this card again it can be intimacy in very much the physical way, but it could also be intimacy in ourselves, within ourselves. And ultimately it is about that kind of transcendence, right? And being able to really come to being honest with who we are and where we are, and embracing kind of our shadow aspects, and then being able to allow them to have a voice so that we can then transcend and move through them. So this is a really interesting card in the sense of when we talk about, your initial question of, how do you best shine? And, we best shine as we work through our stuff, right? And so this card is coming up to say that you're in a place where you can do the work, right? And having a sacred space for that can also be really beneficial. And then I got the Wanderer card. This is about the storyteller. And it's interesting because the archetype for this card is the comedian. So that would be a really interesting thing to see. But it's, the idea behind this card is, the voice of it is that I believe, right? So you're really coming from a voice of talking about, your deeper truths and what comes out for you and what comes to light for you. And it's moving from a place of distraction to enrichment, right? So right, very much in line with that kind of teaching quality, it really is being able to recognize those moments where we realize that we're running from ourselves. And we come to a place where we can go, you know what, I'm going to turn within, and I'm going to do that work, and it's going to be enriching. And then I'm going to be able to take that, and I'm going to be able to bring that message forward. And whether that is in teaching or having fun with it as a comedian or whatever that looks like, there is a storytelling that comes with it, right? And that's what this card represents. And then I got the 59. Now, this is obstruction. This is the provocateur. This card is really about breaking down walls, right? And so it's about moving from kind of a misuse of aggression and force, but to really be able to break patterns and to be able to move into a place where we recognize our patterns and we're able to change them. And in doing so, we're also able to hold space where where we're able to help others change their patterns. This is why it's that provocative energy, right? Because sometimes people don't want to hear about, what it is to change and to change energy. And it's interesting because the archetype for this is the liberator, and there is an energy to that, right? And so when it comes to spiritual practice and all of that, sometimes we have to tell it as it is, and that can be really hard, but that energy is all there, and doing that in that storyteller energy could be a really beautiful way of confronting truths that need to be confronted, and being able to do that dynamically, where people can hear and receive the messages. And so that energy is all there for you. And it's interesting because I got the well maidens, and it's kindness, respect, reverence, and compassion, right? So being able to take all of that ability to, confront and share your own story and be able to break down those barriers, but doing it in a way that is kind and compassionate and able to really foster change. And we do that knowing that we are supported and bringing in a whole lot of self-love in the process. Hope that helps.
Either of you getting spiritual artist? Like some kind of visual? I don't know. It just popped in. Okay. I hope that was helpful, Annie. We're sending you tons of love. Thank you for joining us. And that's some exciting stuff. Oh, and she says thank you. That's awesome. And Tanis is reminding everyone you can check out our links in the description to chat with us. And that's for anyone interested in Twilio Academy. Lots of stuff going on. It's going to be an incredible year next year. I'm super excited to work with you guys.
Me too.
And Annie says, so helpful. You're so welcome, Annie. Thank you for joining us. Okay, we've got lightning round. I just figured we could just do a quick one card pull. We'll make it under 15 minutes. Let's see what our stars are. Okay, do you mind taking where do I have the most potential to grow, Tanis? That's Samantha.
Okay. Yep.
And then Jen, any guidance to navigate the next 6 months? That's Shem. And then I can take Leah because that's a very astrology-based question. So I'll take her. It is. So I'll take you first, Leah. What is the significance to a kite water? Okay, so basically in astrology, the kite formation is a really rare dynamic aspect, and it's a pattern characterized by a grand trine of 3 planets, and they form a harmonious 120-degree angle, and that's connected to a 4th planet through a sextile aspect at a 60-degree angle, and it creates a kite shape. Okay, so it's like you're flying a kite in the sky in the birth chart, and that adds a lot of complexity and potential energy. So that's really cool. In your specific case with the Venus and Aquarius, that represents love and relationships expressed uniquely and independently, because Aquarians are all about that. And individuals with displacements, are attracted to progressive, open-minded partners who value independence, and those are kind of the partners that you seek out. Just to let you know, my moon is the same as your Venus, so that's really interesting that that connection is there in your question. You got that moon in Virgo, that signifies your emotions, your instincts, and your practicality. You have a need for order, and you can be very helpful and service-oriented. So a water trine involving the moon suggests an emotional sensitivity, and that you have some intuitive vibes going on. That's really typical of water signs. The kite formation, it creates a tension between independence, that's the Aquarian energy, and emotional security. And that is the more earthy energy from Virgo. So it can lead to a struggle to balance individuality with more nurturing tendencies. Okay, I'm just going through my archive in my head here.
Which is huge, guys. I'm just saying.
Well, this is more mental and less intuitive, so I'm switching gears a little bit. My guides do help, but this is very mental for me. Venus in Aquarius adds a desire for like a very unconventional, progressive type of relationship, because you value intellectual stimulation in your partnerships with that Virgo energy on your moon. And despite your more analytical tendencies, this water trine will help you signify like, it's more of like a deep emotional sensitivity and empathy, making you attuned to others' emotions. Even if you're expressing your own feelings, okay, they're saying expressing your own feelings can prove challenging. But with the Venus energy there, I'm looking at that, okay, sensitivity, empathy, and individuality. That's what I'm seeing here. So there's a complex interplay of independence, practicality, uniqueness, emotional sensitivity in your approach to relationships, highlighting the need to navigate the tension between these aspects for harmonious connections. So also just, okay, it makes you more of an empath, but you need to be better at expressing your own needs because you're a caretaker with the Virgo energy. Okay, Leah? Let's see if you said anything here. Thank you so much. Have the most wonderful. Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's basically what that trine means. It's a lot, but that's what you're balancing out. I hope that's helpful. Okay.
Awesome. So Samantha, what I got for you is sharing of yourself. I'm an incredibly generous being. So where do I have the most potential to grow? In sharing of yourself. So really stepping into who you truly are. So no two zebras have the same stripes. So you are unique. So the most potential for you to grow is to really grow into that unique, loving being that you are. Okay. You are a unique divine being. And the more you can be you, the more you will grow. Because growing is all about getting to know who we are inside, and absolutely stepping into that. Okay. So there's a 2-2 story about accepting who you are and everything. Right. And I haven't told that in a while, but we're not going to do that tonight because there's not enough time. But it's about you accepting who you are and allowing yourself to just shine in that moment in who you are. And you're coming out of the forest here into the light. So the forest is like other people's judgments. So stepping away from other people's judgments and not worrying about what other people think, and just sharing of your true self and allowing your true inner beauty to shine through. And that is how you will start to grow. So get to know that self, get to know who you are, right? Do activities that will get you to know who you are. Whether it's an astrology reading, human design reading, whether it's, there's all sorts of ways to get to know who you are. So step into doing some of those things to find out who you are. And that's how you're going to grow. Okay? Know thyself. That's what I have for you.
All right. So navigating the next 6 months. What I actually got for you was the 41. This is the the card of decrease or the card of contraction. The idea here is moving from fantasy to anticipation. The energy behind this card is really interesting because we can get caught up in this kind of cycle of suffering that just keeps on going. And we can have dreams or goals or things that we want to bring to fruition, and we can have this pressure to make it happen. And at some point, we as a people moved from recognizing this pressure of desire, to be a pressure to just evolve as a person. And it's become distorted, and we've turned it into this pressure to be happy, right? And now we hear all of the time this kind of, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. And we don't recognize that it's not, that's never where it was meant to be. And that's never what the pressure was meant for. It was really this pressure that was meant to move us into correct direction, right? And it's interesting because when we look at this in relationship to our DNA, it's actually the start codon for our DNA. It's that piece that's connected to when our DNA recognizes, oh, like here's the start piece for the next thing. So there is this kind of pressure for evolution or for change, and so we can harness that energy, and we can allow ourselves to move forward with it, or we can get caught up in just dreaming about it, or we can become so hyperactive that we don't actually move in the direction that we want to, because we're so busy doing in this desire to find what's going to make us happy, right? And in all of that, we end up in this cycle of suffering, right? So what comes is the need to take that step back and be able to make space so that we can recognize that if we are able to step into a place of allowing, then when things come to us, we can go, okay, this is what I want to go with, and we can move into that. And now the cycle changes, right? And now instead of trying to force something or trying to see what it is that we can do that's going to make us happy, we can go, I want to do this because it's just the next step for me. And then in that, there is a joy to it, but it's not the same cause and effect, right? And so as you move forward, take a step back and take a look at, why am I doing this? Why am I making this choice? What is pushing me towards this? What is the pressure here? And is it truly what I'm meant to start? Or do I need to take a step back and wait until the right start is there for me? And then when I move with that, it moves into flow. Hope that helps.
Thank you. And Shem, we're sending you tons of love, and thank you so much for joining us. Okay, peace, love, and liberty. I'll take your question. Tanis, can you do Liz and Awe? And then Jen, Pamela, Curson. Is that okay? All right, and I'm going to make these quick, okay? So, peace, love, and liberty. You're working out some relationship stuff. You're finding balance in your life. This is how you find balance. I am growing. And Tanis, when you pulled growth and growing, I pulled this card. So you did it again. But you see the cute little pumpkin there, perfect for this time of year. I am growing. Our personal growth parallels the seasons. I breathe in the cycle of the seasons, planting, new growth, and harvest. That's this time. And the fallow time. I am filled with the life force that compels all things to grow. Physically, mentally, and spiritually, I breathe out stagnation. That's your affirmation for this week. Focus on relationships and relationship growth. I'm sending you tons of love, peace, love, and liberty. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Liz. So what I have for you in terms of that is obstacles and blocks are lifted. All your good personal work and your positive energy shifts have overcome previous obstacles and blocks are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. Okay. And then I just wanted to know how to perpetuate that. So spend time in nature, bountiful nature, spend time in nature. Enjoy nature as much as you can. That's going to help give you that boost in vibration to maintain those blocks lifted. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. You're on mute, hon.
Love.
Thanks, guys. I got the gate 16 for you. This is enthusiasm. This is skills for living life as an art. This is really about enriching life, harmonic channeling of energy, skillful expression. So as far as kind of, direction in life, it's really going to be about I experiment. That's the voice for this. Take time and experiment. Be mindful not to fall into indifference. Be mindful not to get into that place of, okay, whatever, I don't care, or getting caught up in the details or the techniques, but just have fun with it and experiment and allow yourself to be enthusiastic about the process. And in doing that, find what lights you up. And that's where you're going to be able to find versatility and then ultimately mastery. Hope that helps.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, and Tana says, best chatters. We do have the best chatters, Tana. All right, I will take the last question. It is Pooja Gupta. We hope you're with us, Pooja. All right. So my karma cards, I got 3 of them. So it made a little story for you. I love it when that happens because this is the Monte Farber method. He's the author of the karma cards. So I'm going to read them out loud to you. Here's what you can focus on spiritually. The creation of the dedication to achieve service to others, because Sun is all about how you shine. Capricorn's all about that Saturnian career energy, and the 6th house is service to others. Okay. The gaining of respect for or from focusing on what is good for us, things brought to life or light resulting from the rules imposed by your work. So you're stepping into some type of role involving service. Here's the actions. Demonstrate your goals as a full-time job. Realize the day-to-day reality of serving. Act like a leader. Use the most business-like way and do a little at a time. Just to show you what these look like, this is the service card. You're stepping into service for the collective. They're asking you to do it in a very collective way. And it's amazing. You're really going to shine when you do this. Okay. So I love seeing that 6th house energy. That's fantastic, Pooja. And thank you so much for joining us. I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, we did it. Yay. So anything coming up for the week that you would like to advertise?
I have a Reiki 1 on Saturday. So that is full day on Saturday. So looking forward to that. And it starts at 10 a.m. It is a 7-8 hour class, depending.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it's a long day, but we take breaks and stuff, so it's okay. And open mic with Ramsey. Ramsey and I are on Friday evening, 7 o'clock for open mic. And then Jen and I are on again next week for Tula Talk.
Very
That's
cool.
where we're at. Mm-hmm.
And what do you have going on, Jen? Okay. Well, next week, who do we have on next week? Do we have Betsy? I think we have Betsy on next week.
We have Betsy next week.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting, you guys. Betsy is fantastic. She is a psychic medium and she is just amazing. So yeah, join us next week for that. I'm still working on the classes and doing things like that. And yeah, I just encourage everyone to just take it easy this week. Try not to take things too seriously.
It's a week to rest as much as you can.
Yes, especially when those little stressors come. All right, so we're sending you all love, and we thank you all so much for joining us. And you have a wonderful Thanksgiving too, Heather. Thank you so much for joining us.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving, yay! All right, so we're sending you all love, lots of hearts. Take care, everyone.